Hey, my mates. Okay, cool. Thanks for the videos there. Again, nice little workout. You sort of drilling it quite a lot again, which is good. Just be careful of fiddling too much. Okay, don't fiddle to try and find something. Just stick to drills and create the feels that you're after. Yeah. I remember sort of sometimes last, no, like 3-4 months ago, if you were wanting to do extra practice and you were doing things, you weren't fiddling. Like I remember you did one drill where you were just trying to stay as still in your posture as neat, as tidy, something like that. Okay, those things are good, right? Look, also I know currently it's hard with the weather and you're not playing and practicing quite as much. All right, so I do know that. But anyway, nice, all right? I like where we're at, like where the game is at. We haven't tried, well, sort of, if you look at those videos, they are kind of three-quarter swings, aren't they? So let's see, I hope that can hold up a little bit in the heat. But yeah, very, very happy with where the game is at. The sequencing, everything is good. The hips, again, don't finish all the way all the time, but, you know, it's not a huge thing right now. We just kind of somewhere lost a little bit of arm depth and awareness of the face, and a couple of those heel strikes came back. It's not to do with any posture or anything, or this right leg like it used to be. And it's not even here. It's like it's all good here, and then you just slightly lose the arm depth, and we can see that club just get a little bit outside the line, out to in, yeah. So then if you go from there to the middle of the ball, you kind of get a bit of a pull, all right. And then obviously try and swing on line, and you get a little bit of a shake, right? But there weren't many in that session, so don't worry too much, okay? But it's just again, I think it's way more sort of just skill based, not really hugely technically based, okay? In terms of a few of those heel strikes. Just don't want them to come on the course because then they start to create a little bit of loss of confidence, anxiety, whatever the case is. All right? Okay, so warm up. Okay, we're going to do a chip because last week, chip and pitches, we also had a few at the heel randomly. Right, so we're going to do chip. Okay, so chip a little more on top of the ball, right? So don't be too 50-50 with the chip. Okay, really lean forward into that left leg. All right, and then like I was saying, a little more upright with that backswing when you chip, not too flat in here. All right, pitching action looks really fantastic. And then some punch shots. Okay, so a little half swing, hold off the punch shot. That's going to be the warm-up. I want them all done with that foam block. Okay, I've got a pull noodle there. And nice and close, yeah? Don't give yourself much space there on the heel. Okay, so chip. Okay, really leaning forward, a little up and down. Okay, hopefully you can hear that crisp strike. Okay, nice and close. A little more neutral. Now I'll pitch. A little bit of open face, a little bit of hands. I'll strike again. Okay, obviously you're going to do a few of each. All right, I'm just obviously demoing for you. And then into our punch. All right, all with some nice strikes, please. Okay, no hitting of that foam mat. I mean, that foam block. All right. Okay, then drill number one, we're going to do a swing path drill, right? So what is the correct swing path? Okay, the correct swing path, because the golf swing essentially is a circle, the correct swing path is as our body is rotating hard. Okay, all right. This is inside to square to inside, right? That's the correct swing path. We're just getting the club a little bit outside. So we can use an alignment stick as well to help. Okay, we need something long, so the foam block won't work for this. It'll help the strike as well, yeah? Okay. Well, that's going to help. And then we want 2 balls. Okay, so the first ball for you, okay, won't always work. It's going to have to be a little bit outside. Okay, so let's move that a touch. Okay, cool. Move that a touch. Okay, so we want it about a foot or so back, just outside the toe line, so that can come right there. Okay, so we get a little bit outside, we're going to nick that ball. Okay, don't put it too far back. It's less than a foot. Okay, so it's sort of there. Okay, well, it's sort of 6-7 inches or so. All right, and then on the inside, okay, just inside the hosels, but the same distance in front of the golf ball there. Okay, so again, if we come this way, we are going to hit one of those balls. Right, that alignment sticks there to sort of just help my takeaway a little bit, because I don't want to sort of get my takeaway in here. That doesn't help us too much. Okay, so nice and wide on the takeaway. Miss all the balls and hit some nice golf shots. Okay, right. You can use tees, obviously, if you don't want balls bouncing around the studio there. Okay, but just be more deliberate with where you put them. But you can use upright tees. I know that tee is a little hard to see on the camera because it's transparent. But okay, can use tees as well. All right, just to help you with that. Okay, and then second draw. Now this goes back to, look, a little bit of the arm depth. The knee was fine, so I'm not too happy about. I mean, I'm not too worried about. But I come back to a little bit of the setup. I just felt the setup was just a touch lazy, right? So I just want to see how this goes. All right, I just want to see how this goes. I was actually planning another draw, and then I decided at the last minute to rather do this one. Okay, so use the foam block. Nice and close for our center striking. Okay, in your setup. All right, and what we're going to do, we're going to put a ball under each of your heels. Okay, so again, it goes a little bit back to how your setup was, just kind of a little bit upright and lazy. I thought it was lazy, so maybe it's not paying enough attention to it. And then comes back to this right leg on the backswing of having it really, really solid like it was a month or so ago. Okay, so ball under the heels, nice foam block. All right, and see obviously if we can hit them nicely. Maybe start off a little slower than that. Okay, but see if we can hit them nicely and out the middle of the face from there. Okay, don't do too many of those because I want to see them first. I want to see what happens to your balanced body positions and your arm depth. But try it out for me. Okay. Thanks, my mates. Have a good week. I think no, Don's is playing later. Obviously, a possibility you are playing with her. I hope you are. You can send some videos from the course as well. And obviously, that's your work for during the week when you get a chance. All right. Thank you, my mate, as always. Have a good one. We'll chat during the week.